How do you prepare for a 5-day camping trip?
Meal prep.
Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two
Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time I've got 2 jackets and 6 pounds of chicken nuggets, you'll be alerted to it.
So, we talk a lot about getting off the couch.
Right.
We talk a lot about as you lose weight, as you get your health back, do something with it.
Do something.
Don't stay on the couch. Don't just sit and watch TV. Get outside. Explore the great outdoors. And one of the things that we did when we realized we had all this energy and we needed to do something with it was we bought an RV and began camping and started another channel.
And it has been an amazing, 2 years now, because that was a 50th birthday present for Joe.
Yeah.
And you just turned 52. And we have really enjoyed camping. First, we started out in a pop-up camper and then realized that canvas in Florida don't never dry. So that wasn't the best thing. So we got a pull behind travel trailer for Joe's truck. And we have really enjoyed exploring places in our home state that we have never visited before.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think to myself, how did I miss the Corshon place? How have I never been to Mayaca State Park before? We didn't visit there until we started camping.
25 years living in Florida, had never been to the Florida Keys.
Right.
Until we bought an RV. But here's the thing. That one decision to buy an RV, and we're not saying you need to go out and buy an RV. But that one decision to explore the outdoors, to buy an RV, to begin camping, go back to my roots, because I was a Boy Scout, and I grew up camping almost every single weekend, led to us kayaking, tubing down the rivers, learning to paddleboard, and now, honestly, if you really want to be honest,
it led to scuba.
It led to scuba because we went snorkeling in the Rainbow River and Devil's Den, and Rachel saw people scuba diving and was like, that would kind of be cool, which put in my head, I should encourage her to get certified, and here we are.
Well, I would say, actually, the one decision we made, it wasn't to get an RV. The first decision began with, let's get off the couch.
Yes.
I think that we need to do something with this energy, because on keto, you almost find yourself bopping back and forth with what I would call nervous energy, but it's not really nervous energy. It's just an abundance of energy. We were so accustomed to just kind of barely making it through the day. When we would go to bed every night, we were just running on fumes.
Yeah.
No more gas in the tank. And now that's not the case. With keto, we've got lots of extra energy. So the decision was made when we ask ourselves, what else can we do besides sit on the couch? So for us, the answer led to camping. For you, the answer may lead you some other path. But we can all ask that question of yourself. What's next? What if I decide to get moving? Where will that lead?
I know what's next.
What's next?
Skydiving.
No.
So here's the thing. We don't want you to do what we did. We spent 2 years after losing the weight sitting on the couch.
That's right.
All we did was work.
Yeah.
Then we started making videos, which is work. Go to sleep. That's it. It wasn't until COVID, honestly, where we all of a sudden weren't going out of the house to work and realized, oh my gosh, like I have this energy and I need to do something about it. So we want to encourage you, get out and do something. It doesn't have to be camping. It doesn't have to be scuba diving. It doesn't have to be paddleboarding, but do something.
I'm glad that we stopped hiding from movement.
Yeah.
Because, for a long time, we just didn't want to move. We were excited about the fact that keto, with keto, you could lose weight and not move.
Yeah.
And so we kind of hugged on that, like, yay! And I'm thankful that we've gotten past that mindset.
So we are headed out today because, like I said, we did start another YouTube channel when we bought our RV. It's called Two Crazy Campers, right? Yeah. I will leave a link for it down below. But we created this other channel, and a couple of years ago, we actually went to the Tampa RV Super Show, and we had a blast.
So fun.
We were supposed to go last year. Rachel got sick a couple days before.
Sorry about that.
And so we're really excited that we're headed back out there this year for it, and we're actually meeting up with Chris.
Yes, Chris Miller and Megan are going to be...
And a few other subscribers have said they're going to be there.
Yeah, in fact, we found out when we did our Mighty Meetup last weekend that there were a lot of RVers that were going to be there. So it's kind of fun to know that we're already walking into a space, and so are they, where... you're going to see somebody that it's exciting. Sometimes you go to these things, especially like conferences, conventions. This is a trade show of sorts. And you're thinking I don't necessarily feel like I belong. Like I'm just awkwardly walking around. I don't know how to engage with people. Well, this is going to be easy. They've already had a conversation over the weekend. Yeah. So this way they can kind of, just start talking. If you happen to pass one another, you can just kind of say hey friend, seeing you again. How's it going?
And honestly, it kind of is bringing about why we created the other channel, because when we started camping, we started noticing, there's a lot of people in the RV lifestyle who are out RVing, and maybe they need to learn a little bit more about eating better and getting out to explore even more things instead of just sitting in the RV,
parking it,
and doing nothing. And so we're seeing this mesh that people from the RV field are coming in and finding keto through our RV channel and then coming to keto, and people who are eating keto are starting to get out and explore the outdoors.
It's a beautiful thing, and definitely just an answer to our heart's desire that people would get well and enjoy their life.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
There's a lot of meat in front of us. You were busy. Talk about expending energy. You were working so hard yesterday.
Well, here's the thing. So we are going to be going to the Tampa RV Super Show, and we are staying at what's called the Super Rally. So instead of staying in a hotel or something like that, we're bringing our RV up with us.
Makes sense.
And we get to park right outside of the fairgrounds. And it was honestly very reasonable. I'm going to encourage you, if you do have an RV and you live in the Florida area or surrounding McGeorge or something like that and never want to come, the Super Rally is great. It's kind of limited spots, so you have to get it as soon as they open it up. But it's $200, 5 days, entrance to the RV show for all 5 days for 2 people, and you can park your RV out there with electric. No water, no sewer, but you have electric. And there are a lot of RV dealers around there where you can go dump after the whole rally is over.
Right.
But that's amazing. And then we're also going to head off to Busch Gardens because we're going to be right down the street. The thing is, I don't want to pull out my Blackstone. I don't want to do a lot of cooking. I want to enjoy myself. So we started thinking, let's do some meal prep. We have an oven in RV, but if you've ever been in RV, the RV ovens, for the most part, stink.
It's an easy bake oven.
Yeah.
Anthony had one.
You can cook.
He's little.
You can cook a tray of cookies, but you can't put much more than maybe a couple burgers on a tray in there. It's kind of small. We have a stovetop. We have a Blackstone, but like I said, I don't want to hook it up. So we bring an air fryer, and we did some amazing meal prep that, other than maybe with the stovetop and some eggs on the top, we don't have to do anything. So let's show you what we did. First off, I made 5 pounds of carnivore chicken nuggets.
Because I could just eat those every single day. If you have not made Joe's carnivore chicken nuggets, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. Ask anybody that's ever made them. Toddlers love them to 100-year-old people love them. They're just the perfect meal for everybody.
Now, how do I make these? The way I do this is I actually meal prep the meal prep. So every once in a while, when it's on sale, I'll go to Costco and I will buy just a buttload of chicken breasts. Sometimes I'll throw in some chicken thighs.
Do you have a buttload of chicken breasts?
And what I do is I take it home and I grind it in my Meet Your Maker grinder. You can usually have a butcher do that if you want as well. And then I put it into 5-pound bags. Now, yesterday I said, okay, I'm gonna make my carnivore chicken nuggets. I took it out, I defrosted it. I threw the ground up chicken with some cream cheese, 2 blocks of cream cheese, 6 ounces of cheddar cheese, and some Redmond salt into my food processor, mixed it all up, and then I coat it with the pork panko or the pork rind crumbs,
right,
and Parmesan cheese. And the entire process from the time I started rolling them all, coating them all, and cooking them took an hour.
Wow. And look what it yielded.
It was amazing. And here's the thing. What I do is, if you look at the recipe, it calls for 425 minutes, 425 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. I cook them for about 6 minutes. Because what that does is it cooks them all the way, and then it doesn't have the outside, like crisping up. So now what we do is we vacuum seal, and these are all vacuum sealed in our JVR Vac 100 chamber vacuum. So even sealing all this, you know how long sealing all of these took?
How much?
3 minutes to seal all of these.
Hello.
Then what we do is each one of these packages weighs 14 ounces. So there's enough in here for 2 people. I know. I think there's 12 per package, but they're big. So
they're very
in this
big.
case, 6 chicken nuggets
actually feeds Rachel.
Is a decent amount. And if you really want to, you can eat a whole package.
I love the convenience. I mean, this feels like grabbing a bag of the old Tyson chicken nuggets, only good ingredients in here, and then just having ease.
Yeah.
This is just a grab and go thing. John Paul and Michelle do the same thing. They meal prep 5 pounds at a time. And it's just nice for a busy family to be able to not think about dinner, just grab that and go.
And here's the thing. So now we put these in the freezer. When we want to cook them, we simply take them out of the freezer. If I can make it not show up on the camera. We take them out of the freezer. You rip open the bag. You put them in an air fryer, 370 degrees for 10 minutes. They get nice and crispy, but they don't overcook.
Right.
Cook them from frozen. Because remember, they're already pre-cooked. So now we're just heating them up and crisping up the outside. So you doing it from frozen will make sure you don't overcook them.
They're delicious.
We melted some keto bricks. That gives us some pucks. This is a whole bunch of jalapeno poppers.
Because you can't have a vacation without jalapeno poppers. Are you trying to vacation without jalapeno poppers?
And we love jalapeno poppers, but the bottom line is it takes time to make jalapeno poppers. So a lot of times we will go to the store, we will buy a whole mess of jalapenos, and we'll just spend a half hour to an hour, slice them up, take all the seeds out, stuff them, wrap them, and bake them. We put them into these glass containers, and then we stick these in the freezer. And then whenever we want some, we just pull out like 2 or 3 a piece, stick them in the air fryer. Again, 10 to 12 minutes at like 375 degrees. They come out perfect.
Good to go.
This was the easiest meal prep to make.
Lazy beef. I have on there.
So what do? I took 2 3 or 4 pound chuck roasts. I don't even know what they weighed because I took out the bone. Tabitha enjoyed the bones. They were not cooked yet. They still had meat on there. In fact, she's sitting down here right now, chewing on one.
Are there more bones?
Took 2 or 3 pounds of chuck roast, 2 of them. Threw them into my Instant Pot. I put a handful of Redmond's organic garlic seasoned salt. Don't know how much, didn't measure it. Put it in there, figure I can always add more later. If I had to guess, it was probably about a tablespoon or maybe even 2. Pressure cooked it for 40 minutes. Then what I do is I pull it out, I remove all of the liquid, I take half of it, I get rid of it. The other half, I add 1 or 2 scoops of any one of the Keto Chow beef soup bases. So you can use the beef soup base, the taco, or the tomato basil. This happens to be tomato basil.
Which we love. I mean, tomato basil is probably the one that we use the most because the flavor just really, really works. Whether you're doing like a pizza chaffle or you're, mixing it with hamburger or mixing it with shredded beef like this, it's really tasty.
Absolutely love having that. It tastes great. And then we just put it in the refrigerator and you have a nice thing. But we're going in the RV. I don't want to carry a whole bunch of weight. I don't want to have to pull out pots and all that kind of stuff. So we Retort canned it. So each one of these bags contains 8 ounces of basically stew meat.
Yeah.
Right?
Now we are also taking with us some bags like this that have the chili.
We've done that before
Joe's
as well.
made. So that's really nice.
So we have a whole video where we actually got our JVR and we reviewed it. And we're going to do some more videos on retort canning. Basically what you do is you allow your food to cool. You never want to retort can hot.
No.
It goes in these special bags, which are basically aluminum cans, but in bag form.
Like you get tuna fish in. If you've gone and seen like the bagged pouches of tuna fish, that's the same thing.
The beauty of this is it's easier to store because look at this. Every one of these is 8 ounces of meat. Every one of them is basically a serving.
It's funny, you start thinking this way
How many we have
because
here? 4,
space
5, 6,
is
7,
a very important commodity
8, 9.
when it comes to camping and especially RVing. You've got
And your house.
I mean, but you have very limited space, but I don't think that we thought about it until we started RVing. You know, you sort of have a house and you fill up that turtle shell with all the stuff. So it's helped us to kind of conserve space in our home as well because we don't have tons of cans. Instead, we're able to pack things and keep it nice and neat in the house.
Now, each one of these bags, 8 ounces, there's 9 of them. That means there's 9 meals here because all you have to do now, this is even great if you're a trucker or if you're going on vacation. So long, all you need is a microwave. So you can take this, rip it open, put it in a bowl, put it in a plate, or eat it cold, and you've got a meal. The nice thing about this is it's shelf stable now.
Yeah.
I can put this in my closet and it will stay there for at least a year and not go bad. That's why I love the retort canning.
Me too.
And again, it was 5 minutes of actual prep for cooking the meat.
Crazy.
Wait a little while, throw it in the refrigerator to let it cool down, and then it took maybe 15 minutes to fill all of the bags and then seal them. And then you throw them into your pressure canner for 75 minutes for us at sea level at 10 bar. And then you've got these meals. So the actual work was 25 minutes.
And for us, you know, in hurricane territory, this is a concern. Like, how do you meal prep and have what you need? Because a lot of times, you know, if there's a storm, if there's a hurricane, you're going to go to your local grocery store and you're going to want shelf-stable food. You're going to want things like chili or beef stew or, you know, stuff like that. Well, I can't eat a lot of the things that are in those cans because there's a lot of added wonky ingredients. But this way we can ensure that we're eating precisely the ingredients that we want to put in our body.
Want no cook options? Here you go. We made a lot of food here.
I'm so glad we did.
This was maybe an hour of prep and then 4 hours of waiting. Okay?
Right.
So we're going to start off with, look at this. I'll put them off to the side so we can show it.
Oh my gosh. These are a fan favorite, for sure.
Beef sticks.
Beef sticks. Cheesy beef sticks.
So I got 2 kinds. Sticks. I didn't even label them because I figured we're going to eat them so fast, but you can look inside.
You can tell. This one's got cheese in it.
So they're Chipotle flavor, and they do have some nitrates in it. I'm okay with that. If you are worried about it, Dr. Barry's got a great video. I'll leave it linked up here. But the bottom line is there's more nitrates in your saliva than you need to worry about. The entire package has less than a half a teaspoon. It's a preservative.
Good. Yeah,
right?
Let's major in the majors and minor in the minors.
And what that means is these are now shelf stable. So they're Chipotle flavor. We've got a video where we did it in a vlog. I can make a standalone video if you like meat sticks like we do. Very, very easy to make. You mix it all up. I used our ground beef. It's like 90-10, 93-7. Not exactly sure of the fat percentage because it's from a grass-fed, grass-finished cow. Mix it all up. We stuff it into these casings. Throw it on the smoker for about 3 hours at 180 degrees so you get an internal temperature of 155. And look at this. Each one of these packages weighs 7 ounces. You can eat this as a meal if you want.
These aren't Slim Jims.
No.
These are so flippin' delicious. Like, you'll crave
Spices,
just this.
beef, and some of them have cheese in them.
So tasty.
So we have those. Then we made a whole bunch of carnivore chips.
My mom has been eating like one of these bags per day. Because
I eat 1 bag a day.
You're able to and I think Boaz ate one of these bags per day while he was staying with us. But it's so good because it allows you to get in a proper amount of protein without the girth, because it really like boils it down. You get all the protein, all of the fat without like having a giant plate of meat, and they're so tasty.
Each one of these bags is between 2.5 to 3 ounces, which represents about a 6 to 7 ounce ribeye.
Nice.
So it's a great way to get your protein in. You can get your fat in, shelf stable until you open it. Once you open it, you need to put it in the refrigerator and consume it within 3 or 4 days.
You're going to consume it immediately.
But that ain't a problem. We open up a bag, it's gone in 5 minutes. Got some more meat sticks over here. Oh, here we go.
This is what I'm excited about the most. I'm not going to lie.
Bacon jerky.
Bacon jerky. But this ain't no ordinary bacon jerky.
We got 3 flavors. We got teriyaki bacon jerky. Then after that, I made some mango habanero bacon
Did you use
jerky.
the Element?
No. What I use is the G. Hughes wing sauce.
How nice.
So I lay out the bacon, and then I take a basting brush, and on one side, we've got some mango habanero and some of the Caribbean jerk.
Oh, wow.
And it picks up so much flavor. And again, prep-wise, 5 minutes.
One side.
Stick it, one side, that's all you need. Stick it into your dehydrator at 167 degrees for about 4 hours, and you have a side for your eggs. You have something to carry around while you're walking through the trade show, whatever you're doing.
Purse bacon on steroids.
As a matter of fact, I did want to mention, since we're doing this is a lot longer beginning than I want it to be, but this is, I think, important.
Yeah.
Somebody even had on our Facebook group, they saw on Amazon this same kind of thing. Like individual sticks of bacon packaged up like this, vacuum sealed. And I had to leave a comment, and I hate always raining on someone's parade, but and said, you need to be careful. What inspired this for us was we had gone to, I think it was Louisville.
It was Louisville.
And Rachel was getting her nails done. I stopped at a gas station. I picked up a thing of what said was bacon jerky. And I'm like, it's bacon jerky.
Yeah.
How bad could it be?
He got really excited, and it was only $1. So
Yeah.
he got even double excited.
I got a couple of them. Come back, we're going to wait for Rachel. We're going to do a review on bacon jerky. And then I flip it over, and it's 7 carbohydrates for 1 slice of bacon.
1 slice of bacon, 7 total carbs.
Because they add a whole bunch of sugar. Well, these, less than 1.
Yeah.
Because you've got your bacon, and then whatever happens to be in your sauce, the sauce is like less than 1 carb per serving. And I want to say for all of it, we use maybe 4 servings.
I was going to say, because you're using like a paintbrush.
Yeah,
to
I'm
like
painting it on. Yeah, that's it. But this is what we will survive on for the next 5 days. Plus, we do have some frozen hamburgers that we've already made in the past.
I think we're going to do more than survive, Joe.
And we have eggs.
We're going to thrive.
I'm so glad that we have a TPMS system. We were driving down the road through Lakeland on our way to the Tampa RV Super Show. And all of a sudden, it just started going down, 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 down. It went from 80 to 30 in just a few seconds. So we immediately pulled over, and it turns out there is a hole on the valve stem. So we're going to quickly stop somewhere. And we already called the place. They're about 5 minutes away. And we're going to get a new valve stem put on the trailer. But without this TPMS, it could have been a big problem, because we would have been driving down the road. We wouldn't have known we had a flat. And then if we would have gotten on a highway and driving, 67 miles an hour, we would have ended up, tearing out that tire and then having a big blowout and probably ruining the trailer. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is about 6 a.m. We're getting ready to head over to get some gas, fill up water, and then go over to the Tampa show. We're about 10 minutes away from there. And we want to be online so we can get one of the best spots.
Early.
And last night, we spent the night in the most plush RV resort ever.
The Cracker Barrel parking lot.
It was actually pretty cool.
I just showered in a Cracker Barrel parking lot.
You did shower in the Cracker Barrel
and it was a good hot shower.
Well, first of all, the shower in this RV is better than the shower in our house.
It really is.
The water is hotter, and it actually has more pressure. I remember last year when we were in Utah, Chris and Miriam were like, hey, the water pressure in the RV, like, come in the house. It's like, not as that good. And we're like, it's better than our house.
It really is.
So, but no, Cracker Barrel's really cool. They allow RVers to park overnight in their parking lot. They ask you to just stay off to the side. Use some general good etiquette. Like, you're not supposed to run your generator, but the guy next to us is running a generator. You're not supposed to put out the slides unless, like, just enough to get into your bedroom. I gotta get into the bed. But don't take up extra spots. You don't want to take up spots from other RVers or from cars. All they ask is go shopping in your store. Go have some breakfast. No
problem. Yeah. Cracker Barrel with all the frou-frou dresses, and we got a granddaughter.
And they were actually nicer than the stuff that's in, like, JCPenney and things.
Yeah.
So, spend the night here. It was about 55 degrees at night, so we didn't even need electric. We have the batteries.
We didn't even have to open the windows.
No, it was perfect. I turned on the gas this morning. Hot water. There's a pilot station right down the street, so we're going to go top off the water that we just used. We're going to dump the tank from the water we just used. And then we're going to show up at the Tampa show for the next 5 days with fresh tanks, fresh water.
And not stinking. We made it to the Tampa RV Super Show, and we are waiting to get in to the rally area. So Joe's gonna have to park this rig in front of a whole bunch of seasoned RVers. So I'm kind of wondering, are you experiencing some performance anxiety?
I got this.
I have goodies just in case anybody is brave enough to come up and say hello.
We made it to the RV Super Show. Been a little interesting this morning. They have us parked in a weird place. And then we had electric, and then someone's like, that's our electric.
So we gave them the electric back.
But I feel really special because we've got media passes.
I'm so excited.
Which means we get to park in a different spot. So we're just going to walk around, see what's going on, and we're going to look for Chris.
Hey, Joe, here is Rachel's plate right here. Just go ahead and serve it up just like that. What do you think? I think that
looks good.
That's a Rachel portion right there.
So we are going to try chicken on stick. Chris and Megan said this is really good. So we just got chicken, no sauce on it. So we're keto here. It looks like there's some turmeric or something on it, though. That's good. Yeah.
Delicious.
Really good. Moist. See, you can get keto-friendly foods when you're at a fair. So another fun day at the Tampa RV Super Show.
We bought some rugs for our house and for our camper, which we absolutely needed.
So this is our keto channel, not our camping channel. So we can say this. We had a little problem. We were actually reviewing an RV. Honestly, what we were doing is we were looking for the 5 best RVs under 3,000 pounds gross weight. And we found this one, right? Found this really nice A-frame one. And the way we do our RV reviews is we go through, we show the whole thing, like basically a walkthrough. Then we each pick one thing we really like and one thing we don't like.
There you go.
So we're going through and we're, okay, pros and cons time. This particular unit was $30,000.
No, like 38.
It was a A-frame pop-up.
Right. Hard-sided.
It did not have a toilet, any kind of toilet,
For
which is fine.
$30,000, I want a toilet.
So I am saying in the video, my con is it doesn't have a toilet because some of the other ones we're looking at do have a toilet and they're less money. And so I'm in the middle of saying, for $30,000, I can go buy a giant RV and have a toilet. And the dealer, not the manufacturer.
Yeah,
this is not a knock on A-Liner. It's not even a knock that it doesn't have a toilet. It's, I wouldn't buy this unit because it doesn't have a toilet. The dealer comes over and starts yelling at me, stop tearing apart my unit. I'm like, we're not. We're just giving our opinion.
Some people won't even care.
Right.
Some people will camp and they'll be like, hey, I'm always going to camp near a site that has toilets, and so they'll have the public restrooms.
Right.
So I don't care about that feature.
Some people do care. Rachel wants a toilet no matter where we're staying.
Because nighttime.
Right. He kicks us out of the lot. Now, we have media passes.
We got kicked out of the Applebee's.
And we got kicked out by not even the dealer, by a salesman.
Yeah.
And now we weren't doing anything wrong.
I do not.
There's lots of other reviewers out here, and they're tearing apart units. This is garbage. This is made like crap. We were just saying We don't like the fact it doesn't have a toilet.
Yeah, they have different features. So
never happened to us before.
You know, like I do not like any
Rachel
type of
would
content.
not walk past that.
I would. Now that entire section is completely cut off to me.
So we have to
I'm
apologize.
afraid of it.
Because one of our subscribers, who also subscribed to our Keto channel,
Yes.
Shell,
Hey, Shell,
asked us to take a look at the Trail Manor, which is a really cool, unique RV. Really cool.
Really cool.
And we were going to go and look at it, except for...
I can't go back over there.
The same dealer is selling that unit, and
That
we didn't want to deal with that guy. I'm sure we could have gone to somebody else, and they would have let us, but I don't want confrontation either.
Ooh.
So, yeah, but that was interesting. Anyway... It's been a great day. We got our steps in. We hung out with Chris. We met people. We're going to go in. Rachel's got a coaching call. We're going to have jalapeno poppers.
Jalapeno poppers and burgers for the win. Hey, good morning. We are here at Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay, Florida, since it's so close to the RV show. And this is a great day to be here. We're here with Chris and Megan having so much fun. And
there's a cheetah behind you.
Because they never prosper. Get it? Cheetahs never prosper. Since it's cold, a lot of the animals are out. So it's really cool to see them. And this cheetah is acting just like our cats at home. I keep taking pictures of these animals. Then Megan takes a picture of the same animal, and it looks like a spread from National Geographic every single time. I don't know if it's my lighting or what. She just angles it just right. The woman can out drive me, the woman can out park me, and the woman can out photography me. So we're here at the Zambia Smokehouse in Busch Gardens, and they were very accommodating. So they've got brisket here, chicken here, ribs, and they actually took some out of the smoker and gave them to us without any sauce on them. So don't be afraid to just ask. Worst case scenario, they say, no, we can't sell it without the sauce. But in this case, they absolutely sold it to us without the sauce. Look, it's an elephant.
I like elephants.
I do too.
That's a lot of poop.
Was that an observation we needed to share?
Well, that's what happens when you eat all the vegetables, right? Lots of poop. We don't get all that poop when we eat meat.
Okay, so we've walked all over the park, not to see a lion, not to see a zebra, but because I want to see Sesame Street. What does the Sesame Street town look like in Busch Gardens? I'm really excited.
So we are waiting for Rachel. She saw the little kitty roller coaster here in the Sesame Street land, and she's insistent on riding it.
I did it!
Was that fun?
It was. I love me some Grover.
So is this where we're going to be living for the next few years? Just
we should
on little kitty rides?
We should probably explore the other areas of the park now, because when she's old enough to do this stuff, this is where we will live.
You know, you didn't have a child with you on that ride.
It's okay.
So Rachel, Megan, and Chris are back at the RV. They're hanging out. We're going to interview Chris for some RV tech stuff. And we decided we want to barbecue for dinner instead of cooking. Just going to hang out and talk. And we couldn't find any barbecue. There were a couple of side of the road places we thought were barbecue. Turned out to be, one was Caribbean and one was Mexican. And then the map said there was some Dickey's barbecue. Didn't exist. It was a wings place. And what we found is here in Florida, it says there's a lot of Dickey's barbecue places, and none of them are actually open. So I did a little bit more Google searching and looked on Yelp and found a place called First Choice Barbecue. It's a little hole in the wall, and it looks delicious. It smells delicious. And here's the thing. It's $5.30, sold out of beef, sold out of ribs. The only thing they had was pork, chicken, and sausage, all sold by the pound, collard greens, a long line, very inexpensive. I mean, the chicken's like $13 for a whole chicken. The pork was $15 a pound. So I just bought a whole mess of meat, and we're going to go back, have some barbecue, and hang out. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready to go home. I miss the kiddos.
Oh, well, one more thing to do, and you know what Chris said. You need to know how to do every aspect of the RV, so it is time for you to dump the black tanks.
No.
What a fun week we had in Tampa.
It was so much fun, but it felt like it went like that.
It did go like that.
Yes.
Can we talk about the barbecue we had last night, though?
I feel like it was worth going to Tampa just to find a new delicious barbecue spot.
I'm starting to learn When you're visiting a city.
Don't go to a chain.
And yes, definitely don't go to a chain. But when you're visiting a city, go to Yelp or even like Apple Maps or Google Maps and just say like barbecue near me.
By the pound.
And then start looking at the menu and find the ones by the pound and then find the hole in the wall.
Yes, because usually that's the place where they're like, we don't have time to worry about the environment. All of our energy is concentrated on putting out delicious barbecue every day.
The other thing I'm learning is when I go to these different barbecue restaurants, I really like sausage.
I am almost starting to judge the restaurant on the sausage instead of the brisket.
Right.
Usually
you can't screw up brisket. I mean, you can.
But like a lot of times I'm satisfied with the brisket no matter where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
But the sausage is like, how do they blend spices and flavors? We're spices and flavors as far as they're concerned. And I find that the more delicious the sausage is, the better they are at seasoning the other foods, including like the pulled porks, the pulled chicken, that sort of stuff. It's like, it's tastier.
Yeah. So we are home. We got up. We drove. We made some stops. We enjoyed our drive home. It's only supposed to be like a 4-hour drive home from Tampa. I think it took us like 7 hours. Because we just drove through little towns in the middle of Florida that we've never been to.
Right.
And we just kind of enjoyed ourselves. Instead of driving 65 miles an hour on the highway, we drove through towns with a 25 and 30 mile an hour, speed limit and just had a lot of fun and enjoyed each other's company.
Sometimes the area, because like you're saying, the speed limit requires you to slow down. So maybe this is a reminder for somebody this week to find the path that almost forces you to slow down a little bit, because as you slow down, you're going to naturally notice the beauty around you. And a lot of times my eye is, how fast can we get this done? We've got to get to our destination. Don't look around. We don't have time for that. And you wound up like wishing that you could stop and savor the roses a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we just savored the time. We still had to get home, right, and we had the day to do it. So might as well take this kind of, uncharted path and just really enjoy
Now we
ourselves.
have to unpack.
I'm not looking forward to the laundry. I'm not going to lie. It's like the journey is great, but the laundry is vast.
So before we close it out, we're having some coffee. We each have a coffee. I put about 2 tablespoons of some keto chow that I had mixed up. So this is keto chow with butter. It's plain old vanilla. Sometimes you just want to be plain.
Because we've had a lot of spices and flavors going on this past week. So vanilla is welcome. Sometimes I like plain old chocolate.
Yeah.
I can have chocolate toffee and I can have chocolate peanut butter and I can have chocolate mint. And sometimes I just want chocolate.
So vanilla keto chow. 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm not going to let this go to waste. But this is where, we've got a busy day now. We've got to finish unpacking. Well, not even a busy day. It's like we have a lot to do, right?
Yeah.
So we got to finish unpacking. I've got to start editing videos. I got lots of videos to edit. And I don't feel like cooking right now, so I'm just going to enjoy a keto chow. There's a link for the keto chow down below. You get 10% off whenever you use that link. So every time you want to order keto chow, whether it be keto chow or be electrolytes, use that link. You always save 10%. You get to use it as many times as you want.
I like 10% off of keto chow. I like 10% off of daily minerals. I just like 10% off.
Can we talk about? I know this is long, but can we talk about the daily minerals and the electrolytes? Because I don't think I would get through the week with the amount. It's cold, then we're sweating and we're walking, and those electrolyte drops are just easy. You just pour them in there. I mean, I've got diving this week.
Yeah,
and it's nice to just be able to get them in there nice and easy.
And you've got a sports season on the horizon. And this is something to even think about for kids. As if you've got lacrosse season coming up.
So do kids.
So do kids. So do parents. Like, it's coming. So as you're getting ready for sports season, don't just get the jerseys and the shoes.
Don't buy Gatorade for your children and your grandchildren.
And the equipment that you need, and miss out on getting the electrolytes that they need to function at their highest level. A lot of times, like, they're working on form, they're working on like their tactics. But if you get cramps or you get headaches and you feel terrible, everything that the kid has learned, he's not going to be able to employ, right? Because you got to feel good.
It's like you told you need a wetsuit that fits you properly, because if it doesn't fit you properly, you're going to get pockets of water every time you move, and you're going to get cold, and you're not going to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't have electrolytes and you start cramping, whether it's us enjoying a fun activity off of the couch like scuba diving or paddleboarding or going for a hike, and you get a cramp, you're not going to enjoy yourself. And here's the thing, you're not going to enjoy yourself, and you're going to go, wait a second, I went for a hike and now I have a muscle cramp and it hurts.
Hikes are
I'm
terrible.
not doing this ever again, because subconsciously we're going to go, hiking equals cramps, instead of going, not having electrolytes equals cramps.
Right, exactly. So let's ask the right question and get the right answer, come to the correct conclusion.
So we've got Chris and Miriam coming into town this week. So excited to hang out with them. I'm really hoping that everything works out well. We're going to be hanging out at Universal Studios with them a couple days.
Got a boat dive?
Then we're going scuba diving with them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's time to get to work. If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent video that I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.